Hi guys, I've got a whole host of watches on the bench today to repair, and unfortunately the first one I tried had a little bit of a strange problem. I'll show you. So I started trying to align the train of wheels, and if we switch over to the shared camera on the computer, you'll see what I found. I spent much too long on this. It can be a bit of a drag to align the train of wheels with the wheel train bridge. This is the underside of the wheel train bridge that I decided I would walk all the way to the workshop to get the microscope. So because I'm lazy, it's cost me hours. Now, can you see what I see? Just here, the silver thing in the middle of the jewel. That's a broken pivot from previously. So it meant that it was impossible for me to align the train of wheels under the bridge and have it work correctly. Oh, I've got another bridge. If I can whiz over to that. It's not easy to control this microscope. This is how the jewels should look. Now there's a bit of a reflection there that makes it look as though there's something in the centre of the jewel that isn't. It's just the light that I'm going to try and prove to you. It's so tricky to use this microscope. The controls are so finicky. And if you zoom in or zoom out too far, you have to try your best to refocus. See, I think you can see that hole is clear. Nothing in the hole. If I can find the other one. You see the hole is blocked by oh, this looks horrible. I can't focus, guys. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. I think you can see the very small piece of pivot stuck in the middle there. Now, after that, I thought it would be prudent to check the escape wheel, which is what goes in that hole, just to make sure the pivots were there. And this is going to be a nightmare to focus, guys. And you can see that's the bottom pivot. The top one is also there. These are tiny pivots. They're very brittle. And it's very hard for me to show it to you. So I'm going to put on that new wheel train bridge and hope for the best. I'll let you know what happens. Here I'm just ensuring that the escape wheel is properly lined up in its dual in the main plate. And now I'm going to try and put the new wheel train bridge on, hopefully. So guys, on the first attempt with the new wheel train bridge, I easily aligned the wheels, and just to check, if I manually turn the mainspring barrel, you can see everything works beautifully. So this old watch needs a bit of a clean. But that was the problem. That was the diagnosis. No wonder it didn't work out. So I'll crack on with that one, and with a bit of luck the others won't be as difficult as that. Or this is what happens when you're lazy. You can't afford to be lazy. You need to make sure that you've got everything that you need available. And just don't try and save a few yards. So I've got countless of these watches. It's an Omega 1481, by the way. Again, I've got another one of them. Which I've got kind of in pieces at the moment. I'm becoming a bit of an expert on these Omega 1481 stroke TISO 2481 movements. I'll show you the difference if I can. Basically it's in the colour, it's the materials. Zoom out a little. I can't show you with this camera, it's 1481 it says there on the movement. You see? And you'll see the colour difference. TISO 2481 is a bit more bronze coloured. I guess it's bronzy. 2481 marked in exactly the same place. The only difference, I believe, are the materials. The TISO's actually better. This one's got a damaged mainspring. Sorry, not mainspring, hairspring. You see there? So this is going to be a bit more on the tricky side to fix. That looks a bit of a disaster. I might do that next. And then something that I might need to fix this one actually. I have somewhere took it out. I have another balance. Can you see what's happened there? There's half of the Inca block missing, and the carp jewel and the carp jewel setting is missing. So what I'm going to try and do is I've got a scrap Tissot plate, main plate, and I'm going to try and remove see if we can find it. No, I can't find it. Yes, I will find it in a second. There we go. I'm going to try and remove the Inca block, which is that little guy there, from the scrap plate and put it onto the balance. And I think they're the same size. I think the settings are the same. I know that the lyre spring, it's a lyre shaped spring for the Inca block, is the same as the carp jewel on the balance. And the last time I bought one of these, they were £50 plus delivery. So I doubt very much whether these watches are worth that these days. So I'm not gonna buy anything if I can avoid it. I'm gonna replace the carp jewel with that. It sounds easy, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. You can't just remove this lyre shaped spring without taking out the central part of the Inca block system. It's easy enough to remove the carp jewel and its setting, but underneath the Inca block is a bit more complicated than that, and it possibly looks the same both ways, but it's not, because there's ears here that press fit, hold it into the Inca block. So that's also going to be fun. Right guys, I hope you found that interesting anyway. I find it interesting, but I find it very tiring because my eyesight isn't what it used to be, and it tires the eyes after a day of microscopic investigation. So thanks for watching guys, it's a pleasure to have you along, and hopefully I'll be able to get a better setup and show you much more of this kind of thing. But thanks very much for watching, and see you again soon. Cheers, bye.